August 1st. We have another MLB breakdown, a brand new fresh month, fresh out of the trade deadline. It is chaos right now in the MLB. Yesterday's trade deadline was wild. Drop in the comments what your favorite trade was or what your team did. I'll tell you what my team did. A whole lot of nothing. I'm a Brewers fan. I was really disappointed yesterday. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I was very disappointed. But anyways, we got a packed slate today with 15 games, so let's stop wasting time. Let's get right on into it, starting with game one. Braves versus Reds. This site right here is rudebets.com. We have two specials going on right now for rudebets.com, by the way, if you want to sign up. So, first and foremost, NFL is right around the corner, right? NFL is right around the corner, which means the NFL model right here is going to be live soon. This is what it looks like. This is what it is. I mean, this is just from the Super Bowl here, but you can click on the players' names. We're giving you full projections for targets, receptions, receiving yards, even fantasy score for half PPR, FanDuel, DraftKings, PPR. So for your fantasy leagues, you can really get dialed in. We got dashboards for target share for week over week, right? You can see what the target share looked like for these players, air yard share, defensive matchup. So how did that team do versus the purple line of league average? In this case, they're allowing 146% more air yards than league average, or defensive matchup for rushing. Kansas City Chiefs were an elite rush defense all season long, going over league average only in a couple weeks on the season. So tons of data points, tons of projections, projected scores, you name it. We got it all coming for NFL this year. So that leads me into the specials. Which is one. At the bottom of the screen, you can get 25% off your first month through rudebets.com if you use code RUDE, R-U-D-E. That's the first one. But the big one, if you go and you sign up for the yearly plan, which will get you MLB the rest of the season, all of NFL, NBA, college football, and college basketball, you can get $55 off or 20% off if you use code YEAR, Y-E-A-R, year on the yearly plan. It'll be $225, which is about $15 a month. Just over $15 a month to get access to all 5 sports that we have for the entire year. That sale is only going to be up for the rest of this week, so go lock that in now if you want to. At the bottom of the screen, you see the 1 to 1,000 challenge. I'm not going to go over it. Game 1, Braves, Reds. Interesting matchup here. Yesterday's game was wild, if anybody watched it. It was 3-3 going into the 8th inning. Going into the 9th inning, it was 11-11. So both teams dropped 8 runs in the 8th inning, which is crazy. In this one, I do have a slight lean to the Reds. They're minus 134 on the money line. There's not really much to take there. I don't think it's worth taking. Decent ballpark factor, only 3% above league average or average weather conditions, so nothing crazy there. 10 total runs projected. Bryce Elder versus Brady Singer. Bryce Elder is supposed to be the better pitcher here. He hasn't been that good this year. Kind of is a better pitcher, I guess. Overall, nothing crazy here. Profar, not great. Olsen, he's all right. I mean, the Braves they put up a lot of runs yesterday, but it was a lot of singles and doubles and guys like Eli White and Nick Allen doing stuff. Ozuna with sack flies. Wasn't really a lot of power, home runs, anything like that. Drake Baldwin's a good option today for hits, runs, and RBIs. He'd be kind of the only one I'd focus on here. He does well versus righties. Swinging a hot bat. He's a rookie, so he actually cares. The rest of these guys like Matt Olson, Ozuna, I feel like they're kind of checked out. right now. Reds are fighting for a playoff spot, though. They're hungry. We did talk about Elly De La Cruz for a home run yesterday. I said he's probably going to hit one, but his odds were just terrible. He hadn't hit one in over a month. Of course, he hits a home run on the day where his odds are nuked. But he did. 19% chance to hit one today, plus 310. I still just don't think he's worth it. But he does look really good today with a 7.5 on the pitch mix. So you could take Elly for total bases or for hits, runs, and RBIs. He is the number one option for a home run today at 19%, which is 426 fair value. Austin Hayes, 17%. He always has a high home run probability. I don't know why. I guess 1.69 total bases per hit. Austin Hayes could be another good option today for hits, runs, and RBIs. Really would focus on those two, but Elly today I think is probably the better option. TJ Friedl does look pretty good today too with a 7.26 on the pitch mix. I do not mind that. Looks like he is getting after Bryce Elder on this slider here with 1.40 runs above average on the slider. So TJ Friedl hits sliders pretty well, and that is the secondary pitch for Bryce Elder. So Friedel looks like pretty good today too. So yeah, you got some options here on the Reds for some offense with Ellie, Friedel, possibly Hayes. Really only Baldwin on the other side. Game 2, Orioles, Cubs. This game you're probably going to just want to stay away from. Negative 40% ballpark factor for runs and home runs. 6 runs projected total. Really tough weather conditions in Chicago today. Trevor Rogers is a good pitcher going up against Cade Horton, who's also actually been pretty good. So I'm truly expecting an extreme lack of offense in this game. 3-2. Technically, we have the Orioles winning this game, but they did just sell off a lot of their team. I'm not sure how that's going to affect them mentally. I'm really not sure how that's going to affect their team mentally today. I guess we'll find out, right? That's the easy answer to say. But I don't see much offense in this one. I really don't see any offense in this game. So for player props, I probably would just stay away. In general in this game, I think it's a fade. I really just don't see much here. The total is 7.5 runs. Everyone and their mother is going to be on the under on that. So I don't think it's worth taking. Yeah, I just don't think it's worth taking just in case the weather flips or something. But overall, really tough game. Really a tough game. Could be one of those games that go crazy. Yeah, it could be. I mean, in theory, the weather's just terrible there. So for me, overall, this game's just a fade. Game 3, Brewers, Nationals. Brewers minus 167. They're currently sitting at minus 152 on the money line. It's okay, I guess, at minus 152. It's not a bad play. Quintana going up against Mitchell Parker. No Jackson Chourio. He is getting put on the 10-day IL. Unfortunate. Really hate to see that. Yeah, no Jackson Chourio. Brewers do look all right, though, on the money line. I don't hate it. Val Frelick does really well against lefties. 316 batting average versus lefties this year. 5.73 on the pitch mix. He could be a good look today for hits, runs, and RBIs. If Vaughn is slotted in the 2 spot, he might be in the 5th. We'll see what they do between him and Collins in this lineup here today. Either him or Collins will be in the 2 spot. Not sure which. I'd like it to be Vaughn. We'll see if it is. He is 1 for 5 with a homer against Parker in the last 3 years. He's swinging a red-hot bat. I think Vaughn's possibly a good play today for hits, runs, and RBIs. Contreras also with a really good pitch mix, and he's swinging a hot bat. So Contreras also with another really hot bat against lefties. 2 hits versus Parker in 7 at-bats. His 2 home runs versus lefties just came in the last game, both against Shota Imanaga. So he finally has 2 homers against lefties on the board. But his numbers on the season are pretty terrible. They're hard to look at, but he's heating up. So Contreras could be another good play for hits, runs, RBIs. Rays got ice on that rain delay. Yeah, I know. They were starting to come back, and then, of course, there's a 2.5-hour delay, and then it was just over. Rays, it's so unfortunate, too, because it was just 2 little 3-run homers that ruined the game for them. Like, just 2 backbreakers. Outside of that, the Yankees really didn't do anything. And then the Reds should have done it. But like I said yesterday on the stream, I was like, I can't justify taking the Reds at minus 160 or minus 180. I wasn't going to touch that. And I didn't. I did not. They still should have won that game, though. I really thought they were going to make that comeback. But yeah, you got some options today on the Brewers for hits, runs, and RBIs. No homers. No homers for the Brewers. But Contreras, Frelick, Vaughn, even like a guy like Durbin could be good today for hits, runs, and RBIs. Some options. That Ben Rice homer was detrimental. Yeah, that was it. That was the game. On the other side against Quintana, C.J. Abrams does really well against lefties. Could be a good play today. James Wood also does all right against lefties. James Wood has not hit a home run since he was in the Derby. So his odds are starting to get up there where it's like, okay, maybe it's time to start chasing a James Wood home run at plus 520, plus 550 on DraftKings. They're starting to give you some really good odds on James Wood. Really starting to give you some good odds. So I don't know that I'm there yet, but we're getting close to the chasing James Wood realm, I think. That's kind of it. Nobody else does well against lefties. These guys are all terrible against lefties, so Abrams looks good today. Really, it would just be Abrams I would even think about taking on the Nats, but Not too interested. Brewers money line though is not bad at -150. It's not bad. I'm not in love with it. It's not bad. Then some props on the crew. Game 4, Tigers, Phillies. It's always hard to take these money lines around the trade deadline too. It's always really hard right before the trade deadline. Like if you guys probably saw it with the last like 4 days of games. A lot of teams that should win are like checked out because their players are getting traded. Like a lot of other teams are just kind of like players are nervous that they're going to lose their jobs. Like it's just a weird time where teams just the only teams that play well during the trade deadline are the ones that have like nothing to lose. But you look at teams like the Diamondbacks, like they're getting smoked. The Rays, as they're like half their team was on the trade block. That it's tough. What up, young felt? Padres a lock today after that trade deadline. I mean, yeah. All right, let's see. You think Phillies? Yes, that's another thing that's also like really difficult when it comes to taking money lines right before and right after the trade deadline is how do the new guys that come onto these teams affect like the current chemistry, the current vibe, like all of that? Like sometimes you see teams who add a bunch of players and they get worse. So Phillies are sitting at -152 on the money line. That's pretty much what we have them at. So there's not really any value on either side of this. Tigers are only +128. I'd like them as a heavier underdog to take them. So I don't really see much here. Ranger Suarez versus Flaherty. Interesting here. I mean, Tigers' offense doesn't look that great against Ranger Suarez. They don't look that great. I mean, you got guys like Gleyber Torres who does pretty well versus lefties and Torkelson who does well versus lefties. But Ranger Suarez doesn't really give up home runs. He's probably, him or Chris Sanchez is their best pitcher. That's a lefty. I mean, obviously they have Zach Wheeler. But their best lefty pitchers, I'd like to say it's Ranger Suarez, honestly. So I think runs are going to be tough to come by for the Tigers today. Suarez does have some blow-up games, though. He does. He does have some blow-up games. But on the season, he's been really good. Mainly, he's really good at limiting home runs. He just doesn't allow home runs. But Tigers don't rely on him that much. Torkelson, if his pitch mix was higher, I'd be really excited about him today versus a lefty. But he struggles against that cutter. I guess he's pretty good against the changeup, though. Pretty good against the changeup. Average against the fastball. So if Torque can get a good changeup, maybe. Jahmai Jones looks pretty solid on the pitch mix, though. On the other side, Schwarber obviously looks good for a home run. Not really surprised here against Flaherty, who throws a lot of meatballs. Schwarber sitting at +230. That's fair value. I think Schwarber is fair value and in play today for a home run. You can't watch another Schwarber. I mean, hey, man. Yeah, he's 23 homers against righties, and that's only 62% of his home runs. That's insane. That's just insane. But he does strike out a ton. Dominates the fastball. Flaherty throws mainly fastballs. So, yeah, Schwarber is in play today. It is definitely in play today. Harper for a homer. It's a little bit of negative expected value. It's just a little bit negative, but once again, Flaherty does throw meatballs. That 4.82 pitch mix rating tells me he's not that good against the fastball, which he's not. Harper's a cutter merchant and a changeup merchant. So, no, I haven't talked about the Red Sox yet. Yeah, really, honestly, the only guy that kind of piques my interest here is Schwarber. Trey Turner could be all right for general props. 287 versus righties. Should get on base. Could be on base when Schwarber hits a home run. So, yeah, I'd focus maybe on Trey Turner then if you want to go hits, runs, and RBIs. But I see a lot of you guys like the Tigers, so I just don't think there's any value on the money line at +120, and there's no value on the Phillies at -150. So overall, not too much here outside of Schwarber. Schwarber, literally the Barry Bonds of Pedro Alvarez's. That's a wild statement. Game 5, Royals Jays. He's the Barry Bonds of Pedro Alvarez. That's funny. Royals Jays. -111 for the Jays, +111 for the Royals. I mean, maybe the Royals here at +136 isn't a bad dog. Gosman versus Waka. It's not a bad dog. Potentially a low-scoring game here too. Royals aren't a terrible dog at +136. I mean, we do have them projected to lose this game, but not by much. Could be competitive. They could be competitive here. Yeah, I mean, I think at plus 136 is not a bad option as an underdog. Um, Pitch mixes don't look terribly great for anybody here. I mean, Bobby Witt, 3. Michael, 3.1. After the O's handed them, yeah. I mean, it's overall, it's an okay game for the Royals here. Just need Waka to be good today is what you really need. You just need Waka to be good. Do we have any history against Gausman? 0. What about Salvi? 0. Michael? 0. Okay, so they haven't faced Kevin Gausman, it looks like, in the last 3 years. 0. Yeah, nobody. Okay. Interesting. Luke Maile going to be starting at catcher today. Could be a decent option. He has 1 home run and 7 at-bats versus righties. Very small sample size. Like, just a ridiculously small sample size. So his numbers are skewed. I mean, you can't put too much weight on Luke Maile today. You just can't put much weight on Luke Maile with these numbers. Only 7 at-bats. One of them being a homer. 0 strikeouts, 43% walk rate. Interesting. Look at these numbers. This is what happens when you have only 7 at-bats. A 17 runs above average against a slider, which means he hit his home run on a slider, and his cutter, he's never hit. He's only gotten out on cutters, it looks like. So, is it going to be Gauze? FanDuel still got TBD. That's what it looks like right now. I guess we'll have to see. Could be swapped out. It could be a swap. That's another thing that's really hard about the trade deadline is these pitchers, like, it's game day. I mean, if you don't have your pitcher announced by like 10 a.m. on game day, that should be a rule. Like, especially if these games and these broadcasts are going to promote betting on games all day long, you can't have a TBD for a pitcher all day. You just can't. Like, that's just not fair to the bettors at all. Even if it's not, you can't be a better pitcher. Yeah, that's true. I really don't think that they have a much better pitcher than Gausman as a starter anyway. So that's a good point. I mean, like, I guess you could say like Eric Lauer as a lefty is a better pitcher, but I think Eric Lauer just pitched, so I don't see him being available anyway. But it's probably Gausman. If not, it's going to be maybe like a bullpen game that leads into Gausman. I don't know. We'll end up seeing. Against Walker today, I mean, Springer matches up all right. Lucas is not great on the pitch mix. I don't get too excited about many of these guys on the Jays today. Bo Bichette with a 3, Addison Barger with a 3. What is he good with? I mean, Gausman, he's got a good changeup. That's what it is. 26% of his secondary pitches is changeup. That's really good. So that's where we're seeing all these pitch mixes be so low, is that 2.76 runs above average with a changeup, which is really, really good. Anything for a pitcher around 2 or above is really good, like elite. So his changeup's really good. Loper Fido does have a high pitch mix at 9.4, but he only has 41 at-bats. And he does really well against that changeup. So Loperfido could maybe be in a good matchup today for something. You could maybe get away with Joey Loperfido on like hits, runs, and RBIs, total bases. He's really the only guy that matches up pretty well here. Yeah. Royals are away. So, yeah, I mean, it's an okay play for Royals on the money line. Nothing crazy. Game 6, Yankees, Marlins. Yankees minus 120, Marlins plus 120. Marlins are plus 144. This is another situation as a home team here. Could be a decent dog. Rodon versus Jansen Junk. Jansen Junk's been outstanding. Jansen Junk has been really good. I actually like this matchup for the Marlins in what should be a low-scoring game. What's the total for this one? If it's 8.5... It's 7.5, yeah. So it is a 7.5 line, pretty low scoring total over under. Marlins are plus 144 on the money line at home against Rodon. It's not terrible. There is no Aaron Judge too, which, I mean, yesterday, like I said, the Yankees, if they don't hit these 3-run homers, they don't win these games. You know what I mean? So it comes down to, are the Yankees going to hit home runs today? And Jansen Junk hasn't really. I don't think he's allowed a home run all year, has he? Has Jansen Junk allowed a home run? One. He's allowed 1 home run. 0 home runs at home. So in 10 games, he's allowed 1 home run, 0 at home. It's hard to hit home runs in Miami. It really is. Not a hitter-friendly ballpark. So if he can limit them on their home runs, like, the Yankees are not a pass the baton team. They really aren't. So, and we look at these probabilities 3, 3, 3, 6, 6, 3, 4, 4, 3. Like, not that good. So, yeah, Marlins on the money line as a dog today. I really don't mind it. Just know what you're getting yourself into. We are projecting them to lose this game. It's all about the value on that price. So, if it doesn't hit, I guess that is the likely outcome is that the Yankees win this game. But the value on the price is on the Marlins. When we look at these props, though, I mean, we're being honest, none of these guys are really that good against Rodon either. Stowers actually does get pretty good batting average against. He hits for a good average against lefties. Heriberto Hernandez as well. Agustin Ramirez, he does have some pop. 1.95 total bases versus lefties. Yankees fans think they won the World Series after the deadline. Yeah, that's true. The Yankees do have a new and improved bullpen, so if they are winning, I mean, I guess we'll see, but how many of those guys are going to come out and be ready after getting traded last night, I don't see much on player props in this game, but I do think Marlins on the money line has a little bit of value in it. It's a high-risk play. It's a very high-risk play, but it's not a terrible price at plus 144. Game 7, Twins-Guardians. Twins just sold their whole team. The only reason that we have the Twins favored right now is because Joe Ryan is a much better pitcher than Gavin Williams. This will be an interesting pivot point for the Twins. I think this series is going to say a lot about what the Twins look like for the rest of the year. They just traded the most players out of any team in the MLB. They got rid of a lot of their key guys. Byron Buxton's still out, hurt. But are these guys hungry? It's like a Trevor Larnach, Royce Lewis, Cody Clemens, Jeffers, Lee, Wallner. Are these guys going to take that personally? They might. I wouldn't take the Twins today. I wouldn't. I'd wait and see. But it could be interesting to see if the Twins kind of have an edge to them now that half their team's gone. They come out and play with some fire. They should have cashed in on Buxton. Yeah, he has no trade clause. He'd have to waive his no trade clause, which he said he wasn't going to do. I mean, Guardians don't look much better, though. Against Joe Ryan, Jose Ramirez is the highest with a 4.71 pitch mix. Yeah, this one's interesting. I don't really see a whole lot here. Should be a low-scoring game. Should be a close game. I mean, Guardians stink, too. Yeah, this game's just kind of a nothing burger. Not really much to take in that. Game 8, Astros Red Sox. I loved the Astros deadline. I think the Astros had the best trade deadline out of anybody, in my opinion. They didn't really give up anything, and they got a lot of good players. Astros minus 136, I think, is a good price. Slate looks brutal for homers. Yeah, there's a few guys, but in general it does. Astros at minus 136, I think, is a really, really good play today. I'll be taking that. On the road against Boston, they had an insanely good deadline. Look at this lineup now. I think it looks so much better. I think this lineup looks so much better right now than it did yesterday. Jeremy Pena getting slotted back in is a huge, huge add for them. He's an outstanding hitter for getting on base. Altuve Correa's back in the lineup. Christian Walker, Cam Smith, Jesus Sanchez, one of my favorite pickups that they had. I love Jesus Sanchez. Padres easily the best deadline. I mean, when it comes to, I guess, like their roster and the guys they got, sure, but they gave up way too much. Padres gave up like their entire prospect system. They gave up like 70% of their top 10 prospects. Well, I'm including what they gave up in this too. I think that Astros didn't really give up anything and they got a lot. Padres definitely got the best players overall, but the Astros got what they needed. Astros already were a really good team without these guys. And like I said, now they add Correa coming home and Jesus Sanchez, who I think is an outstanding pickup. I think they had the best deadline overall when you consider like all the factors. Today they should win this game. I really like them to win this game, especially with Hunter Brown going up against Cooper Criswell. Yeah, I'm gonna probably end up taking Astros money line here. Pitch mixes look great. 8, 8, 6, 8, almost 8, 7, almost 8, 8. Astros look outstanding. You could take any of these guys for hits, runs, and RBIs today, really. Yeah. Yeah, man, these guys look really good today. On the other side, not a whole lot on the Red Sox. I mean, Jarren Duran only had 2 on the pitch mix. Bregman with about a 5. Hunter Brown's pretty hit or miss, though. Hunter Brown is either dominant or he stinks. But I think today he's going to dominate. I really think today he's going to dominate. Jarren Duran's Roman Anthony. I mean, these guys are decent against righties. Bregman's decent against righty. It is his old team. Maybe Bregman has a little bit of a comeback revenge game. I don't know. But yeah, he's got an elite fastball and an elite slider. And he's got really good curveball. So I like the Astros today. I really like the Astros today. Game 9, Giants Mets. Giants plus 122. I mean, yeah, the value would be on the Giants here, but both of these teams are terrible right now. I can't touch either of them. I would not touch either of these teams right now. Low scoring, 6.7 runs projected. Robbie Ray going up against David Peterson. 2 good lefties. 2 teams that really suck against lefties. Like, look at these pitch mixes, man. Look at these batting averages. Same with the other side. These teams both suck against lefties. These guys are trash. And these teams right now, oh my God, they suck. I don't see much here. Is there an over-under here? 7.5. Favored to the under. I mean, like, yeah, what are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that? Yeah, I guess Giants money line is where the value is. Giants on the money line at plus 122 would be the only play here. Mets are a major fade. Yeah, this is an ugly game. Dodgers Rays. Dodgers are minus 130. I mean, there's not really any value on either side of this money line. 27% home run ballpark factor. So good weather here in Tampa, Little League ballpark. Kershaw going up against Shane Baz. I mean, Ohtani for a home run's probably free today. His line is plus 172. I mean, you hate the Mets and the Yankees? Yeah, I don't love them either. Dodgers, though, I mean, Ohtani for a homer is probably free. Will Smith today for a home run isn't great. Pages looks pretty good today for a home run. I like Andy Pages today at plus 460. I think that's some good value. A lot of guys that look decent today for hits, runs, RBIs. The whole top of the order here should clear 1.5. Mookie being questionable with that 2.94, but Will Smith and Ohtani should clear their hits, runs, and RBIs. Freddie Freeman probably clears his. And then Pages probably clears his. So you got some options here today. I do like the value on Pages for home run and even Ohtani. On the other side, Yandy Diaz, really good against lefties, plus 420 for a homer. He got hurt yesterday. We'll see if he plays. I think he will. I don't like that he got hurt yesterday, but he crushes lefties. 1.96 total bases per hit. Pitch mix 5.10 out of 10, not bad. 2 for 6 versus Kershaw. Yandy Diaz is a good option all around today. Caminero also is a solid, Not a huge fan of Caminero today against lefties. Same with Brandon Lowe. Yeah, really, it's only Yandy today. It's only Yandy on the Rays, but not really much value on the money line. Good value on some guys in the Dodgers, and then Yandy's all right. Game 11, Pirates Rockies. This is a good home run game. 26% ballpark factor in Colorado. Andrew Heaney going up against Senzatella. Yeah. Pirates on the money line here at minus 142. I mean, yeah, they probably win this game, but Pirates minus 142 is not terrible, actually. It's really not that bad. I don't hate it. O'Neal Cruz for a home run's pretty good today. 24% chance. I really don't mind him today for a homer. He's sitting at plus 300. It's fair value. Yeah, Pirates, they have been pretty good since All-Star break. And they were actually pretty good right before the All-Star break, too. Or right before the All-Star break. They had a little heater going into it. Yeah, Pirates money line today is not bad at minus 140. Good pitch mixes all around. A lot of 5s, 6s, 5s. So some pretty good pitch mixes. O'Neal Cruz would be the home run guy today. Andrew McCutchen for a homer. Plus 360. Holy smokes, that's bad. That's not good value. But he does have a 15% chance. On the other side, Hunter Goodman looks really good today for a homer. Plus 300. He's identical to O'Neal Cruz today in terms of probability and line. So Hunter Goodman looks good today. And Jordan Beckett's a long shot's actually pretty good for a homer today. Plus 440. 22% chance to hit one. 5 homers and 89 at bats. 1.86 total bases per hit versus lefties. I do like Jordan Beck as a long shot today for a home run. That's why he's on the 1 to 1,000. So Hunter Goodman and Jordan Beck would be the two guys to take on the Rockies today. And then O'Neal Cruz, Horowitz, decent options today for hits, runs, and RBIs. But O'Neal Cruz is the home run guy here. Yeah, this game really is just home runs or Pirates money line. You got 3 guys for a home run and Pirates money line. Game 12, White Sox, Angels. Another game that's pretty solid for home runs here. White Sox as a dog, plus 116. Not a bad price today. Shane Smith going up against Tyler Anderson. Don't mind the White Sox as a dog. It's not great. Not a ton of value, but it's a couple percent points. Andrew Benintendi, Mike Tauchman, and Luis Robert all look really good for a home run today. Any of these three. Any of these three look good today for a home run. Tauchman's the best value in my opinion. Tauchman has 2.22 total bases per hit versus lefties. Only 34 at bats, but he has 3 homers in those 34 at bats. 6.77 on the pitch mix. I do like Tauchman today. Luis Robert also looks good for a homer, and then so does Andrew Benintendi. On the other side, I mean, the Angels, man, it's not a whole lot here. Mike Trout is the best guy for a homer, 16%, 525. Terrible value at plus 300. Terrible value at plus 300. Not overall impressed at all with any of the Angels today. Really, there's not much here. I mean, maybe Zach Neto for hits, runs, and RBIs, but yeah, I think the value in this game is White Sox money line, and then you got 3 guys you could take for home runs. Or you could transition over to hits, runs, and RBIs. Or even total bases. But yeah. Cardinals, Padres. Padres, we have them at minus 127. Once again, it'll be interesting to see. Their line is juiced at minus 184 based on that trade deadline. Liberatore a good pitcher, though. I'll be honest. Liberatore's a good pitcher. So is Pivetta. Padres probably win this game. I just don't see much value in the money line. There's nobody really good on the Cardinals. They just sold off a lot of their pitchers too, so they're probably in the slumps today. They're probably not feeling too hot about themselves, so I don't really like the Cardinals today. On the other side, against Liberatore, I mean, Machado is really good against lefties, especially for power. Liberatore doesn't give up many home runs, though. Machado plus 390. I don't love that line. It's okay. He's the best option here. Laureano could have a good debut here, but we're looking at what? 7 runs total here? 7 runs total. Padres probably win this game, but I don't think there's a ton from the player prop side. Maybe Laureano, Machado, Arise, but overall not a huge props game. Not a huge props game. Cards gave up a lot. Yeah, they did. Game 14, D-backs, A's. Once again, D-backs probably in the slumps. Just traded a lot of their good players. So I don't see much. I don't see the D-backs doing much today. I mean, A's, once again, the model's a little bit confused because of all the players that left. Also, this pitcher, Anthony Sclafani against Jacob Lopez. Both of these, I think, are still TBDs as well. These were the initial reads for who's going to be the starters, but I don't think either of these are confirmed. Ketel Marte does look really good today, though, against a lefty, if it is Jacob Lopez. I do like Ketel Marte. Outside of that, though, like Grichuk, maybe. I don't think it's worth taking anybody on the D-backs after that trade deadline. Nick Kurtz looks outstanding for a home run today. I feel like Nick Kurtz is a must-take for a homer today. If it is this Sclafani guy, we got to see. You post 1 to 1,000, it is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you look at the bottom of the screen, there's a ticker that goes around, and that's where it is. You already took the A's. Grichuk is on the Royals now. Oh, he got sent off. I don't know why that didn't update. I had to do a lot of manual work today to try to figure out all these trades. This morning I was very busy with that. I must have missed Grichuk. Then I guess never mind. Kurtz looks good today. Langoliers looks good today. Soderstrom looks good today. But once again, this is all pending on this guy being the pitcher. So you got to wait and see. But they do look really good today for total home runs. All three of these guys. Rooker even solid too at 18%. So I think you got 4 options for homers on the A's today. Someone's going to hit one. And you can always transition over to total bases or to hits, runs, and RBIs. Kurtz with a 341 batting average versus righties is just insane. It's just insane. Yeah, Kurtz is an outstanding option today for home run. Game 15, Rangers, Mariners. Mariners did work yesterday. I like the Mariners moving forward, man. I really do. I think they had an amazing, amazing deadline as well. Now, once again, their odds are juiced to hell. Jack Leiter versus Logan Gilbert. I don't think the Mariners are worth a minus 190. I don't, but it is what it is. On the Rangers, though, against Gilbert, like, these guys don't look good at all. It's because Gilbert has that nasty splitter. 2 runs above average on that splitter. Nobody's going to compete with that. Nobody's going to compete with that. So I don't like the Rangers today for anything. On the other side, I mean, Cal Raleigh, I did like him for a homer yesterday. Today, his odds aren't that good. Plus 488 is not worth it. Suarez, plus 350, just not really worth it. Yeah. None of these guys are really worth it for a home run today. You could go like Suarez for hits, runs, and RBIs, though. He does look pretty solid at 2.27 for hits, runs, and RBIs. Or even total bases. Or even total bases. But outside of that, yeah, there's not really a ton in this game either. So, all right, let's just quickly look at the, we'll look at pitcher strikeouts and then batters and then get out of here. So, yeah, Logan Gilbert's number 1, Hunter Brown's number 2. Hunter Brown has a good matchup, too. 3rd most strikeout rate for his opponent. They strike out 3rd most in the MLB, which is really good. Gilbert, they strike out about 16th most, so right in the halfway point. Not a lot of good matchups here at the top of the projection sheet. Suarez is the next green matchup with the 5th best, so a lot of the good matchups look to be here at the bottom for these guys that don't strike out a lot of people. Yeah, so could be a decent day to find some guys in the middle here, though. These guys are like 4.5 lines for strikeouts. Could be a decent day to find that. Is Fought their ace now? I guess so. He just might be, right? Gallon. Yeah. And then batters here. Let's see. 9.43, Low Perfido, small sample size. Melton, small sample size. Cam Smith. A lot of these Astros look really good today. Astros money line is a good play today. I do like it. Sanchez down here too. So we got some good pitch mix ratings here for mainly the Astros. Home run wise, there is some top heavy guys here. Ohtani, Kurtz, and Schwarber. That could be your like super chalk slip. That is like a 30x only, like plus 3,000. It's probably what you get on that slip if you're lucky. We do like a few guys on the White Sox too. O'Neal Cruz, Hunter Goodman. So there are some options today for home runs, albeit though there's not that many really, really good ones. You can see there's a pretty big drop off into the teens here on the percentages, on the probabilities. So once again, a guy like, I don't know, Ellie De La Cruz, 19%. That means 81% of the time he's not going to hit a home run in this game. Even Schwarber, 69% of the time he's not going to hit a home run. You got to remember these are probabilities. Although they are, yes, the top guys to hit home runs, you still got to look at it from the probability perspective that there is a far greater chance that they don't hit one. So when you do take these home run slips, these 1/1000s, any of that, like there are far greater chances that it doesn't hit than it does. So be careful with that. I've been doing really well on total bases lately. A lot of these guys I like for home runs, I take for total bases, and it's been doing really well. Or even for hits, runs, and RBIs, you could do that route too. But yeah. All right. I think that's going to conclude it. We just hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so thank you if you did subscribe on the YouTube channel. We are at 1,000. This will be getting uploaded over there right now. It's going to take probably 2 hours to process or whatever, but look up Rude Bets on YouTube. Find me there. Also, once again, code YEAR for $55 off the yearly plan to join RudeBets.com. You will get NFL, NBA, college football, college basketball, and MLB, an entire year's worth of data simulations, projections, picks, Discord, all of that. So come join the Discord. and the site, rootbets.com, yearly, code YEAR. Or you could do the monthly, which is at the bottom of the screen for 25% off with code ROOT. Good luck today. Peace out. Let's have a good day.